really gonna get intimate, and you're gonna see the real inside life of Stevie J. All right, Steven Jankovic with Strong Dogs and Aria. She's acting cray-cray and won't let me work. I'm on the couch, working on a computer, and I'm going to move the camera around, so don't worry, because we're going to do this together, see how she does. Usually she's in a crate. So if I'm laying on the couch, she doesn't listen to me, which, again, most dogs won't, especially if you're laying down or sitting or things like that, because especially a puppy, you're in a submissive position. So therefore, they think the hierarchy, they're higher up on the hierarchy than you. So if that's the case, we have to train in the positions you're going to be, from time to time in your house, sitting down in your spot, lying down, things like that. So this way, your dog still understands the commands rather than you just always towering over them. Okay, so go to bed. Right now, I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting and just yapping on the phone. Again, we're going to do this back and forth a couple of times so she gets it. Also going to start creating some distance between the crate and her place. And this one's going to be a little game because now it's going to be, rather than just going back and forth, it's going to be a ping pong. Place. All right, place. Yes, good girl. And again, being sitting, it's just a different viewpoint. Rather than her advantage point always being me towering over her and telling her to go in a stern manner, now it's a little bit more relaxed and chilled that, she may or may not listen. So go to bed. Yes, good girl. So it's not always about, as I always say, train your dog where you want to go, but also train your dog and how you live. So again, go to bed. If you want to sit down, you want to lay down on your couch, you want to be in your lazy boy, you just want to chill, your dog should still be able to listen to you in those positions. Yes. Place. Good girl. Now we're going to amp it up a little bit more. Hey, go to bed. Bust. Go to bed. Aria, bed. Move that over here a little bit so I can scoot over. All right, different vantage point. Let's see how she does. Aria, place. Yes. Fill it off. Give her some distance away from me. Aria. That one, you done making noise? She was anticipating on that one. Hey, bed. Yes. Again, filling it, create some distance, place. She wears her thing decent amount of time. Hey, bed. Place. Yes. That one was pretty good. And it's not just place in, bed. They should be able to listen to you. Hey, sit. Come here. Sit. No. Good. Plots. Yes. In every command. And that was one of the other reasons why I wanted to make this video. Because buddy came over. Yes. And he sees, he was with us training outside, and he sees us doing all the in-betweens, the heels, the send-outs, the rounds, and plots. Hey, no. And the plots and the healing and around him, focus healing around him. And again, everyone sees like these three. Let's try this again. Sorry about that. I think my microphone cut off and then it wouldn't record, or it just wasn't placed. It was recording, but wouldn't be able to hear any audio. So had to charge this thing and blah, 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 a bunch of boring stuff. So technology, love it or hate it. Third one. So here we are. But as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted. Place. I had a buddy over, and again, same deal. He was very impressed with some of the stuff we were doing outside, with all the stuff we were doing outside. But she was so amped up inside, the only equivalent I could make for it is like a teen or a preteen having a friend over to the house for the first time, and they just want to show off. Okay, so that's how amped up she was. Yes. But outside training with all the obedience and everything, very important, but also there's house training. Bed. And that was one thing I kind of lacked on because, like I said in the opening, train your dog for the way you want to live. And right now, I'm just still getting into the swing of that. So here you go. Plots. Sure. Training rules and house rules, two different things. Outside, when we're doing our obedience and our IGP stuff and our bite training, yes. She plots. I don't use the word no during those, okay? If she gets too off keel, focusing on something that she shouldn't, ground, animal person, I'll give her a little tap tap on the leash just to get her back focused. But even if she fucks up on the obedience itself, I never say no. However, in the house, yes, I do use no. So therefore, if she does something wrong, she has to have a consequence. So I'll show you when we migrate to the couch, but when I let her out of the crate, goes into a sit, then I let her free, she can roam around. But again, if I'm doing something, I have to pay attention to her, because otherwise she will take her freedom for granted and she'll go ahead and chew up the pillows, which she has already. If you can tell, if you can see right there in the corner, there's also the other one I'll show you later. So again, if she fucks up, she goes right back into the crate and we start the process over. So yes, there has to be bed. There has to be a consequence, and no is part of that consequence. And there also will be a tactile correction. That's why, again, after our walk, I leave her collar on. So therefore, if I need to, I can grab it rather than always having to grab her scruff. Yeah, see, look at that. Something you did. Yeah, look, that's you, girl. You know how much it drives me crazy. I can hear you. I can sense it. That's how good I am. Yes. And naturally, she kicks her platform. Go to bed. Bed. There's your verbal correction. One thing I didn't do is, so it's a happy accident that the microphone stopped working. Hopefully it's still working, because otherwise I have to shoot this fucker a third time. Yes. Plots is everything we do kind of has a buildup, and it builds off of everything. So the send outs can be a buildup off of its own to go to place, go to bed at distance. Same thing when we train for the crate. Eventually you got to train for them to go and be at a distance. Training to place, go to place. Training that individually so she knows how to get on there. Eventually, you can start sending her. And then you start building duration. Just like anything, like with the healing, it's understanding the movements and then building up off of the durations and then making it harder. For instance, if your dog is reactive, outside for cars, squirrels, little baby rabbits, start inside, put them on a place or a down. Yes. And throw some food, throw a ball, throw a high value toy, and see if they can stay in that down or sit. Because if they can't in your own home, there's no way in hell they're going to be able to do it out there. So these are just little games that you can play within the obedience session itself. And actually she's just going over there because, again, it's at a default. And that is kind of the buildup of her home base. If she is out of the crate, out of her place, and she's doing this by herself, I can't get mad at that. I'm going to celebrate that. Yes. Plots. Yep. So now we're really going to get intimate. And you're going to see the real inside life of Stevie J. Come lay down with me at home. Yes. This is kind of how I do it. Watch TV, play on a computer. Hey, place. So again, going back to the theme of train your dog like you live. Well, this is kind of it. This is kind of my cover zone because I can see her in the crate, TV, computer, boom, boom, or something to this effect. But the biggest thing is, again, I'm in a submissive position because she could tower over me. Yep. Come. Yes. Really? Fucking really. How good is that? Stay on. Plots. Yep. Come. Sit. Stand. Plots. Stand. Yes. So even though I'm laying down, she still has to obey. Plots. Place. Yes. That fucking... It's really up the ante if we're going to do this. Let's do it. Plots. Plots. Now she has to go all the way over there for bed. Go to bed. No. Bed. No. And because, bed. She's getting a little ampy now, getting a little quick, because she knows, me being down, she wants to get away with shit. So therefore, she thinks I'm not going to get up. It's kind of like when that kid wants to push your buttons as a parent. I'm not a parent other than to her, but that kid pushes your buttons. It's like one of those like, do you really want to piss off dad? Because if I get up, we're going to be in trouble. That's kind of it. Place. Yes. Back to the correction and being more stern is because I'm in this, I don't have a leash on her. So my vocal presence is going to have to be stronger. And I don't want to say intimidating, but more, have a little bit more oomph, going to have a little bit more bass in it. You're going to have a little bit more horsepower in that voice. So this way she can really feel it, okay? Because if she can't, it's falling on deaf ears. And she's got big enough fucking ears. She can hear. She's just choosing to ignore me. Plots. Place. Bed. 3 for 3. And she's sitting. Yes. She got a hand feed on that one. Good girl. Or house training like this. So this way she can really have a little bit more structure and understanding of what I want rather than her just running around like a crazy banshee. Because again, when you got a high drive dog like her, she's not a boring dog. If you got a boring dog, easy. Don't even fucking worry about it. It'll just fall into place. But something like her, you're going to have to put restraints and limitations on her. So therefore, I'm going to, rather than always default her to the crate, love the crate, but eventually I got to get her to understand how to live outside of that crate. So I'm starting this now. So she's 8 months, getting up there. So in all fairness to her, this is what I'll be doing. Different ways of training. Again, you can't always just be on top of her and doing what you do. Get creative, find ways in which you live your life, you lead your life, so this way you can lead your dog and have the best life for both of you, okay? So with that, good luck. Keep training your dog. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. If you got a comment or a question, leave it in the comments or shoot me an email. But until next time, keep training your dog. Peace. Yes.